Hello, in this video, I'm going to show you how to graph a histogram by Statdisk. Statdisk is a free online program that's available by you signing up with an email, and it can do graphing and it can do also calculations. So one of the things that it can do is graph a histogram. Now, the restriction of using Statdisk is the data needs to be in a column. So not in a comma format, not in the list of comma like in this case. If you have the data 22 comma 33, you cannot use Statdisk to do it. So you have to convert it into a column. So there's several ways of doing it. One way is to enter those data one by one into the column. The other way is to copy those list data into Google Sheets and then use Google Sheets to convert it into a column. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So if you have a data that is already available in a column, then this is the best way to graph the histogram. So how do you do it? So for example, I have this data. This is a commute time in minutes. That's 30 subjects collected from 30 subjects. So I'm going to copy it. So you can see they are all one by one in a column. And I'm going to copy it to Statdisk. So the first is you copy it to Statdisk. Statdisk can be accessed from the browser. Just enter statdisk.com and then enter your account. You have to register to get the account, but it's free. They don't ask you for anything. So I have an account already. So I just enter. Oh, oh, I don't know why. So after I add log on, I have some old data that I use in the past. I can clear it. So if you have some old data that you have, so you can clear it. This is the sample editor. So you would do Control V to enter to copy your data to paste your data into it. So you see there's 30 data. It's good to check that you copy everything. And then so this is sample editor. Then you click data and you say histogram. Then the sample editor would goes away and you will be presented with the histogram page. You can go back to sample editor by clicking this toggle sample editor. And then, so in the histogram page, you have to say, I am going to select column 1. That's where our data was. Then you enter the title of the histogram, which is histogram of commute data, commute time in minutes. This is commute time. And then what is the x-axis, the horizontal axis label? That is commute time, right? That's the classes. We say in minute, and the frequency is the vertical axis. That's correct. And then we also say user defined. Click user defined. You can actually just use auto feed. Then Statdisk will calculate or will determine the class width and class start randomly. But if you want to control what class start and class width is, you enter it here. Class start should include the lowest data. So if we look at our data, the lowest one, if you scan through it, is 22. So I know it is 22. So then I would say I want to start from not 22, but a nice number like 20 or 21. The class width would be whatever nice number that you choose. I want to start for class width of 10. And then after you fix this, user define class width, class start. Class width would be how big the class would be. So you imagine the first class is from 20 to 29, 30 to 39 like that. And then you do plot. Then you click plot, then the histogram will show up. But you will see that the Y label, the horizontal label is not very good. That's the restriction that we have using Statdisk. They don't label each lower limit nicely. They just label whatever that they want to. So and if you want to look at actually the class, this for the first bar, what is it the class from, oh, so you hover over the bars, it would say 20 to 29, hover over this 30 to 39. So to correctly label the horizontal axis, you actually have to hover over the bars, kind of like cursor around them, then you can see all the classes. The one that they show on the graph is not very nice. Then the frequency is fine. The frequency is pretty good. So and then it shows the shape of the distribution. The shape is kind of, you know, you know, several, so two particular high classes. Um, yeah, so this is how you get a histogram using Statdisk. Now, if data is not in a vertical column, instead of entering them one by one, there's a way to convert them. So the way to do it is you copy your list data, just like here. This is in a list with commas in between. So if you try to enter this, paste it into say for example you can try paste it into Control V into into Statdisk. That doesn't work. It just does not show up as a bar, so it cannot grab it. So yeah, it doesn't work. So the way to do it is you would go to Google Sheets, which is a Google Apps that comes with your Gmail account. So if you have a Google account, it would have Google Gmail, you have Google Doc, you have Google Sheets also. So once you do that, you can just say, okay, I'm going to enter the data into a blank worksheet. So you can just cut and paste it. So paste Control V. You can see that it is still not in a column, right? So I'm going to make it a small, the font a little smaller because right now it's big. So make it smaller, but it doesn't, oh, here, this one also. I make the font size smaller. So, but I want to make it into a column. So how do I do that? I would, first of all, copy, um, select it, and then I would do data. Okay, so you just click on one. Click on one. The first column, first cell that has all the data. You don't need to do BC. Okay, you don't need to like do this because the data actually is in the first cell. And then you do data. At the end, there is a split text to column. Okay, so all the data will be split horizontally into column. Okay, and then do the same thing. Just click on the first cell that has all the data, and then data, split text to column. Now they are almost done. They are actually they are in the box, but it's just the box is horizontal. So what you do is you copy them. Oh, instead of and then you want to copy it into maybe here. Then you would say pay special transpose. Pay special transpose. So remember, it starts from here. And then I didn't do this one, so I highlight it, copy. I go to the end. Pay special. Do not paste it. Pay special and transpose. Transpose means make the horizontal into vertical or vertical into horizontal. There, I have all my data from uh, row number 4 to row 33. So that's 30 data. So if I copy this, copy all this. Now you can copy, and then you can go back to paste into Statdisk. Okay, where's Statdisk? Over here. So I can paste to the second one. Okay, Control V. Did I copy? Oh no, it's in the spreadsheet. So I could say copy and then do a Control V. Control V. Yeah. Now it's here. It's the same as what we did before, right? And then you can do data, histogram, select section, column 2, and then just do plot. Okay. Define 10, start from 20. You can start from 21. So let's see what happens if you start from 21. So you would have 21 to 30, 31 to 40. So you have another histogram. Okay, so that's how you do it if your data is in a list. Okay, and you want to use Statdisk to do. But actually, what happens is if your data is already in a list and you transpose it into using Google Sheet to transpose it into a column, then why don't you just grab it grab the histogram in a Google Sheets? So in the next video, I'll talk about how you can grab actually a histogram in Google Sheets. But if you want to use that's how you do. In summary, is you paste your column into a data paste your data into a column and then do data histogram. Okay, select your column, adjust the title, adjust the XY label, and say user defined, give the class width and class start and plot. Okay, so basically that's how you do.